25.9 billion kilometers. Late 2026. By this hour, Voyager 1 will have finally crossed the invisible threshold, where light itself requires a full 24 hours to travel the distance between her cold hull and the world that gave her breath. She is a light day away. Are we truly ready for this separation? The distance is staggering, yet space is a thief of scale. At 17 kilometers per second, Voyager 1 is the fastest messenger we have ever cast into the night. But in the context of the cosmos, she is a slow, methodical crawler. For comparison, the Parker Solar Probe can cross the Atlantic Ocean in less than 30 seconds, a speed that makes Voyager's pace look like the growth of a fingernail. She is agonizingly slow. Does she know that her velocity, so impressive to her creators, is a mere tremor in the face of the void? She is leaving a sun that has shrunk to a pinprick of indifferent light. The warmth is a memory. In 2012, she breached the heliopause, leaving the sun's protective bubble to enter the interstellar medium, where the particles are rare and the temperature is absolute. She is a ghost. Can we truly comprehend the loneliness of a machine that has no horizon to look toward? Bolted to her side is a golden sentinel. It is a gold-plated copper disc. This golden record carries the heartbeat of a planet, a collection of 55 languages, and the sounds of a kiss in a thunderstorm into a future humanity will never witness. It carries a map. If a stranger ever finds this bottle in the cosmic sea, will they understand the pulsar map we etched to guide them back to a star that may no longer exist? Close your eyes and imagine being there, riding upon her titanium frame. Looking back, the Earth is no longer a world of oceans and empires, but a single pale blue pixel suspended in a sunbeam. It is a mote of dust. From this distance, every war ever fought and every love ever whispered occurred on a fragment of light so small it can be eclipsed by a grain of sand. Are we small enough to accept our own insignificance? She remembers the Titans she once visited. Jupiter was her first grand encounter, a world of chaotic beauty where a storm twice the size of Earth has raged for centuries. She saw the plumes of sulfur erupting from Io and the cracked, frozen skin of Europa hiding its secret oceans. The treasure was vast. Did we realize then that she was leaving behind oceans of liquid metallic hydrogen to enter a desert of nothingness? Then came the rings of Saturn. They were complex. She revealed thousands of individual ringlets, a filigree of ice and dust, sculpted by the gravity of moons that act as silent shepherds. She stole momentum. Is it possible that the same gravity that held us to our cradles was the very hand that flung her into eternal exile? The ice giants were the final sentinels. Neptune, the vibrant blue orb on the edge of our system, revealed a violence we did not expect, with winds that blow faster than the speed of sound. Deep inside that world, pressures are so immense that methane is crushed into solid diamonds that fall like rain toward a rocky core. The wealth is unreachable. Do we understand that Voyager left behind mountains of falling jewels for the privilege of drifting through the dark? Now, the silence is beginning to take hold. The power is failing. Inside the probe, the radioisotope thermoelectric generators, the glowing pellets of plutonium-238, are cooling, losing their ability to convert heat into the electricity she needs to speak. The radioactive heart is dying. How long will it be before her final whisper is lost in the background noise of the universe? The instruments are shutting down. The cameras are dark. Since 1990, after she captured her family portrait of the planets, she has been blind by choice, sacrificing her sight to keep her voice alive just a little longer. The Deep Space Network listens. Will the engineers of the future remember the names of the men and women who stood in the control room when she first screamed into the sky? The signal is now a ghost. It is 1 trillion times weaker than the energy of a common light bulb. To catch this faint, dying murmur, we must use antennas the size of cathedrals, straining to hear a traveler who is barely there. She is almost silent. Is a message still a message if the distance between the speaker and the listener has become a gulf of days? Time begins to stretch into the thousands of years. Human history is a blink. It takes 17,000 years for this craft to cover the distance that light travels in a single, unremarkable year. She is a relic. What will remain of our steel and glass civilizations when she finally reaches the 40,000-year mark? She is approaching a star. It is Gliese 445. Even at her closest pass, she will still be 1.7 light-years away from that alien sun, a distance so vast that its light will never warm her hull. The stars are distant. Will the pulsar map on her hull still be accurate after the galaxy has rotated and the pulsars themselves have slowed their rhythmic ticking? The mammoths are gone. The pyramids are dust. The span of time between the first cave paintings and your current breath is less than half the time Voyager has left to travel before she leaves the neighborhood of our sun. She is a monument. Does a monument have a purpose if there is no one left to read the inscription of who we were? 4 billion years pass. The sky is rewriting itself. The Andromeda galaxy, once a smudge in the constellation of a forgotten myth, has become a titan filling the night as it draws the Milky Way into a gravitational embrace. The collision is silent. Will the Voyager probe be the only witness to the birth of Milkomeda, the new, unified empire of stars? The galaxies pass like ghosts. The stars do not touch. Because the space between suns is so profoundly empty, the two great spirals move through each other without a single collision, a dance of two empires becoming one. Voyager is a speck. Is she the only thing in the universe that remembers the shape of the old sky? She is no longer tied to the sun. She is a wanderer. The solar system that birthed her has likely been consumed or transformed as our star swelled into a red giant and then faded into a white dwarf. She is an orphan. Does she carry the only remaining record of a species that once dreamed of the stars while living on a grain of dust? 10 trillion years. This is the era of embers. The bright, massive stars that once defined the spiral arms have burned out, leaving the galaxy a cemetery of stellar remnants. Only the red dwarfs remain. Can we imagine a universe where the sky is nearly black and the only light comes from the dying coals of the smallest stars? The red dwarfs are thrifty. They burn slowly. These cool, small stars can last for trillions of years, but eventually, even their hydrogen will be exhausted, and the lights of the universe will go out one by one. The universe is cooling. Is this the long, quiet night that all things, from empires to atoms, must eventually face? The cosmic voids are expanding. The Bootes supervoid has grown. Dark energy is winning the tug-of-war against gravity, tearing the beautiful filaments of the cosmic web apart and pushing galaxies beyond the horizon of visibility. The neighborhood is empty. Is it possible to be lonely in a universe that has forgotten that light was ever a word? Matter itself is not eternal. The atoms are beginning to dissolve. In the deepest reaches of time, the theoretical process of proton decay begins to unravel the very material of the Voyager probe. turning metal into a mist of particles. The gold will fade. Is this the final dissolution of the message we threw into the interstellar sea? The copper will break. The titanium will fail. Every greeting in every language and every recording of a human heartbeat will be reduced to lighter particles in stray energy. The record is gone. Can anything truly be said to have existed if the universe itself erases every trace of its memory? The heat is gone. The motion is stopped. The universe reaches a state of near absolute zero, where the expansion has pushed every star and every black hole beyond the reach of interaction. The night is permanent. Is there any meaning left in the dark? She reached farther than we dreamed. She was a dream. Long ago, on a small planet near a yellow star, a species of microbial martyrs decided to borrow the language of the universe to say, "We were here." The mission is over. Did we succeed simply by daring to touch the infinite before we were erased? The atoms of the probe are now part of the void. The journey has ended. The fragment of who we were has finally been absorbed into a future that was never meant for our eyes. The silence is complete. Was our tiny, pale blue dot ever as important as the courage it took to leave it? 25.9 billion kilometers, our first step and our last.